So this video starts out at the Ethical Waterfalls, and as you can see, you can't really see anything at all. So it's like, alright, let me go to a different location. Before leaving the Ethical Waterfalls, I came across two things that were pretty neat. First thing was this big old spider. It was about the size of my hand, so I didn't get very close, but it still looked pretty neat. Also came across these crayfish that spooked each other, which was kind of cute. Okay, but this is the thing that I'm really stoked on. So this is a spider cricket, or a camel cricket, cave cricket, whatever you want to call them. They are awesome. Well, they're also kind of terrifying. So they can jump 3 feet out, and then they can jump 6 feet tall. They're about the size of a frog or a toad. Usually you find them in basements and stuff. But compared to the size of a human, with their body, them jumping 3 feet far or 6 feet high is the equivalent of a person being able to jump a football field, which is ridiculous. No bug should be able to do that. That's insane. The next spot I came to was Flat Rock. This is the bridge going towards Flat Rock. So it was nighttime, and I was near a stream, so I was going for, my goal was to find a frog. Came across these worms. I actually thought it was a snake at first, so I was really excited. I was like, ooh, I haven't seen a snake in a while. Nope, just some night crawlers. The night crawlers were pretty active tonight, though. I mean, these are some wiggly boys. That's what I'm going to start calling worms now, wiggly boys. But they were so active tonight. I kept hearing frogs and toads in the distance, so I just kept going, looking for more frogs. But I just kept coming across these wiggly boys. So these were neat to find. A bunch of slugs and snails. Reminds me of that video I had recently, where I went out and found thousands of slugs and snails. Not even hundreds, thousands of slugs and that video was great, even though it got eaten alive by mosquitoes, even got bit up in the face and whatnot, but it made for a good video. So I came across a slug, right? And I know there's different types of slugs, but for example, this slug and there's a slug later in this video, they're both the same type of slug. I don't know if it's a leopard slug with spots, but they have different colors. And I'm not sure, I couldn't find any information on if slugs that are different colors, if they're female or male. If you know, let me know down in the comments. Also, the reason why the camera is all shaky right here is because I'm panicking because there was a spider crawling on me. So, that was fun. So here's that other slug I was talking about earlier. So the other slug was much darker. This slug was much lighter. I don't really know why. Is it a gendered thing? Let me know. So this is voice recording over the audio. The reason for that is because I do not have a mic, and also I have such an ADHD brain that you would definitely not want to hear me just ramble the whole time throughout the woods while looking for random bugs and random things in the woods. But it was nice to change it up and, talk a little bit during the nature video. So I'm discussing everything that my thought processes were having during the video. Wasn't sure here if I wanted to go straight, go down, or venturing off into the woods, but I could hear the water pouring over here, and that was probably my second best bet to be able to find a frog. I mean, I went the other direction and I never found it. Also, I had no idea these were stairs right here. I thought it was just like a steep incline of dirt. I was like, I don't really know if I want to go down a bunch of, a steep incline just to find the water. But luckily, there's some stairs here, so that worked out well in my favor. The first thing I noticed it was quite flat, so I was like, okay, there's got to be some crayfish around here, some bigger ones than the ones I found over at the Ithaca Falls, because usually they love this really flat rock stuff. You'll see tons of them sitting. I seen a frog. I wasn't sure if that was mud or a rock, so I had to make sure that I could actually step on it, and there we are, the first frog. Super cute little fella. You see that blink he did? That was adorable. I was so surprised here to not see any crayfish. Like, none of them. There's usually a hot spot for crayfish. But I did come across these cute little minnows right here. And again, with my ADHD, did you see the double take on the flower? I mean, I was just like, ooh, look, a flower. This is why the video is not recording my voice originally. Story time. When I was like 9 or 10 years old, I really wanted one of these berries. So I tried one. It was super bitter, so I spat it out. Come to find out, those berries are poisonous, so do not eat those berries. But it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, so I'm going to leave the woods and go home. But this is my little night venture and my audio talking over it. If you enjoyed this video, let me know.